Hey everybody, how's it going? In this video, I just want to briefly demonstrate a proof of concept of a custom ERC-20 smart contract token running on a networked Unity game. And so for those of you who don't know, ERC-20 just means it's a token contract that runs on the Ethereum network. So I'm using the Ethereum plugin for Unity, which is the .NET integration library for Ethereum. So I started by making a smart contract on the Ethereum network, the Ropsten test network. And even though it's a test network, it has the exact same behavior as Ethereum mainnet, but it's a means to test contracts and token functionality before their deployment to the main network. So it's very useful, particularly kind of in this use case. So I went ahead and created Zcoin with our triple Z symbol there. And I did this using Remix, which is Ethereum's browser IDE, and Solidity, which is a pretty standard contract language, scripting language for Ethereum contracts. And there are great pre-existing models for token contracts provided by Ethereum. So as the contract creator, I verified the code, little green check here, and it is all open source, so you could, navigate here or just search for Zcoin, and you could find the contract. It's basically from a pre-existing template with a couple minor changes I made because Remix was giving me some compiler warnings that I had to clean up. But I made 10k Zcoin, and you can see on this page, the token page, a list of transactions and token holders. And so the main ones we're going to focus on in terms of these Ethereum addresses are going to be the one with 1,000 and the one with 400. Even though all three of these addresses, which are corresponding to Zcoin wallets, are accessible in our application. Great, so let's jump over to the game. And because it's a networked game, I'm going to have to open a second version of the client here. One sec. There we go. And so this is using UNET, which is Unity's built-in high-level API networking solution. And basically I wanted to show smart contract integration with a truly networked experience. So this is not a LAN connection, even though both clients are running off of my machine. They're actually sending all of their data through Unity's US servers, the UNET servers basically. So let's go ahead and let's create a lobby here. Let's call it Zcoin join. Sounds good to me. Yeah, perfect. We got our first player in, and then we'll look for Zcoin join. There it is. Excellent. So let's rename these two guys just for simplicity's sake. So this will be Bob. Perfect. And then let's make this me. It'll be Phil. Great. So it's ready up. Readying up. Match it starting. Awesome. And as we can see, I'm Phil. Let's move this over a little bit. Perfect. So yeah, it's a multiplayer game. Got some, fundamentals, some basic fundamentals in, sync movement, animation, rotation, all that good stuff. But what we'll also see is you join in with a wallet. This is actually a Ethereum address / Zcoin wallet, and you'll notice it has an existing value of 400, so we can actually copy this to the clipboard and paste it in. And so no Ethereum, but 400 Zcoin. So this was that address that I showed you earlier on the contract token holder page, or the coin token holder page. This is that one with 400. So if we go back, we can select the different locally stored wallets. And what you'll notice between these two clients is they have the same wallets accessible. That's because, just for this example, the private keys are stored locally on the machine, and that's allowing them to access these Ethereum addresses to make transactions from. But what we'll do is we'll select this wallet for Phil, and we'll keep this one for Bob. That's fine. And so this one has two values in it. It has an Ethereum value and a Zcoin value. And we're going to send some of the Zcoin over the network to Bob. And the reason we have Ethereum in the wallet here is because whenever you do an ERC-20 token transaction on the Ethereum network, is there's a small gas price. And what gas is basically, it's a transaction fee which is used to reward miners who are verifying your transactions on the blockchain. So we have a little bit. You should, if you want to send an ERC-20 token, like in our case Zcoin, you would need to have some Ethereum in your wallet to cover the gas price. So like Bob couldn't send any Phil, but Phil's going to send some to Bob here. So what we'll do here is if we click on our guys from respective clients, you see it brings up a little sending interface. So we'll click on Bob and let's send him, see he's 400, send him 150 Z coins. So we hit send and that pulls up a transaction, and then we just need to refresh this. Excellent. So the transaction is now pending. It is in the process of being mined, and as soon as this is mined, we'll be able to refresh our wallet UI and see the changes done. And so this confirmation, this transaction, transaction information holds a bunch of good stuff about what we just did in the game. Our from address to address, so this is from Phil to Bob, the amount sent, also the gas used will be updated. So this is gas used. The more gas you use, the more incentive miners have to mine your block quickly. So it's basically a means of expediting your transaction. Oh, check it out. Boom, block confirmed. So as I was saying, we can increase this value in the game if we wanted to, say, add another input field to try to expedite the transaction. But anyway, excellent transaction successful. So let's go back and we'll refresh our wallets. And look at that. Phil is now down 150 from 1,000 Zcoin, and Bob just got 150 Zcoin from Phil. And we can double check this. Again, we can, let's say Phil's wallet, we'll copy that to the clipboard, paste it in. Awesome. So we have that Ethereum value and the 850 Zcoin. Fantastic. So we click this. This comes up with this address of Zcoin, and if we go to the contract, it actually shows us this transaction on the main contract page. And this is just a permanent record of all of these Zcoin transactions. As you can see, I've been testing between Phil and Bob just to make sure I got this right for you guys. But we just go back to that transaction and boom, there we go. So fantastic. What we've successfully done is use Unity as a wallet interface for Zcoin to send other Zcoins to a networked player. And this example isn't, of course, exclusive to Zcoin. Its core is on the Ethereum platform, so this type of transaction could occur with any ERC-20 token. Additionally, as other blockchains and developers create .NET libraries for their respective tokens, they could be integrated into the engine or other game engines. So it's just those libraries that are essential for communicating with, in this example, Unity. But I personally think that games offer a great avenue for implementing blockchain, whether it be through in-app purchases, peer-to-peer betting, subscription models, or possibly even an internal game economy. But I feel like that would take a lot of design consideration to create and determine a value for the token, and you'd have to be very careful implementing that approach. That having been said, I just wanted to show that it is possible to perform this integration in a multiplayer game. And thanks for taking the time to watch the video. So just quick before I go, big thanks to the guys at Experimental Blog on Medium, and also Paul Gatti. They have some great resources out there that help me develop this demo. And if there's enough interest, I could showcase an in-app purchasing, probably of a hat from an in-game store in a subsequent video. Yeah, thanks again.